Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, March 12th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I am in the flow of my soul's revolution, evolution. Whew! And here we are. We have Sun and Saturn conjunct today. We have ourselves building to the eclipse late Thursday, early Friday, depending where you are. We have the Sun and Saturn building into a connection with Uranus as well. Whew, it's a lot. And this is our final revolution evolution day of Sun in Pisces. And of course, the universe is like, yep, we're going to make this here. We're going to make the Sun and Saturn conjunct here. Now, somebody was messaging me today and mentioned how, I guess another astrologer said this is like one of the hardest transits. I would say that this week, this Astro Week, in general, is the gauntlet. It's pretty intense. It's pretty intense energy. But if you are feeling like this is the hardest and the worst, this Sun-Saturn, then there's a good chance that you're acting in a lot of resistance right now. Pisces energy is where we're called to surrender, where we're called to flow. And I know there's a lot of things out in the world right now that feels like, I want to resist. But if you are in resistance of your personal life path unfolding, you are creating a lot more work for yourself. And I say that as a resistor. I have been in resistance so much of my life. And the universe is, it's just like, not that I think anybody should ever do this, but it's like dragging a dog, a very resistant dog, probably a husky dog on a leash in a direction that it doesn't want to go. I've compared myself to a husky before. Sometimes I think I have huskykin. Anyway, or a cat. Or a cat on a harness, too, that doesn't want to be on a harness. That, too, but a husky's a little heavier. It's a little bit more resistance. So, if you are feeling the challenge to get back to the subject at hand, if you are feeling the challenge, you are in resistance. And the thing is, with life, like, if you're not agreeing with it, okay, I get it. If you're not agreeing with the unfolding, there's nothing that you can make, really force yourself to be like, yes, I'm in agreement with this. This is how it's supposed to be doing. But I think that this revolution, evolution, this master energy of 22 today is reminding us, like, you can Aikido it, right? Like, start working with it and practicing your personal magic with this energy and see what is the universe showing you. Why is this energy that you're feeling resistant to showing up? And how can you play with it? How can you learn the lessons from it? And how can you be in your personal evolution revolution, that solar revolution evolution energy that the universe is asking for you, or of you, asking of you. And that's that Sun and Saturn lesson, is rather than pushing against and expending so much energy, work with the universe. We are co-creators. We are meant to be working together with the universe. But again, I know what's happening in reality can be very at odds with everything we think should be happening. This is part of the Virgo Pisces energy that we're engaging in. And we have the moon today moving into Virgo. So reality may seem stark. Reality may seem like it needs all of our inner critics to be like, this, you're doing this all wrong. And Pisces, which is where we have Sun, Saturn, North Node, Neptune, all of these energies like kind of pulling us in, is reminding us we have to work on our creation more so than hyperfixating on reality and what is wrong. Because otherwise we are going to keep spiraling what is wrong in, and we're going to be exhausted in that resistance instead of being resilient in our dreams, in the magic, in the mystic, in the co-creation. Now, I know this is hard, and it's kind of the opposite of what we've been taught, but this is what the Astro is saying. And I've come to see, like, the Astro has so much beauty for us. Now, the point of the Virgo, this eclipse coming in, is recognizing we all have the power of focus. We all have the power of our mind, also body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. Body, spirit, soul, and heart with the mind, and we can focus these energies on what we want to be creating. This beautiful, bountiful future that we would like to create. So here we have that silence card where we are absolutely doing that. So watch and see what you are focusing on and how that's aggravating you. But sometimes we have to look at it, you know, there's a balance to that, because the contrast can help us figure out like what it is that we really want. There's beauty in the contrast in helping us figure that out. So keep that in mind amidst all of these energies. Now, the Uranus piece, Uranus coming in a sextile to the Sun and Saturn, and it's going to be trining this eclipse, the lunar eclipse energy. Uranus can be very triggering. And Uranus is, again, part of this revolution, evolution. We all are being called for some level of evolution in this. So pay attention, again, to what's triggering you, what's coming up, what's bothering you. There's where the work is in this. And the first card that I actually pulled today is the consciousness card. So just like the peace card, it's in that grayscale, and it's just asking us to pay attention to these energies, to your thoughts, to all of that, because it's going to support you. So, well, let's look at these other cards. Like, I'm going to leave that there for the Astro, because it's kind of a quietish day, which is good. You know, I know we're having that Sun-Saturn energy early, so it just gives us time to not be like kind of bombarded by a bunch of different transits and really focus our energy and be in that silence, be in that feeling. But these cards are beautiful. Harmony, finding the harmony between our heart and our mind. And so often the mind's like, blah, 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 this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. And the heart's like, oh my gosh, look at that bird. Look at the beautiful sunset. I look that direction and I see sunset. I look this direction, I see birds. Love that. So distracted now. But heart is always guiding us to the beauty. Even in heartbreak, even in sadness, even in challenge, the heart still can find beauty. I love the cartoon, The Heart and the Brain by The Awkward Yeti. And heart can always show us, like, okay, we need brain support sometimes, but like, please, let's look for the good. Please, for all of our sakes, let's look for the good and find that harmony out there. We also have the integration. Now, I pulled this card when we had Venus retrograde. It might be worth going back and looking at that scope. I pinned it on Facebook, so it's up at the top. But this card reminds us, we all have the light, we have the shadow, and part of the work is the integration of the light and the shadow, these integration of these parts within ourselves. And so, tune in. Even the challenge, even your grumpiness around the challenge, like, that's all part of you, and there's magic in all of that. So lean in. We've had the comparison card come up so much. This isn't about comparing yourself to anybody else. I know it's so easy to do, especially on the internet. Like, some people will be like, blah, blah, blah. Like, right now, I'm not being hit by it, but I got hit earlier this week. I'm sure it'll hit me again because this is what it does. But don't compare your process. It's okay if you're struggling. It's okay to be in the struggle. It's okay if it feels hard. But, again, notice, are you in resistance? And is that what's like loading up the shoulders, loading up the shouldiness? Love this card. This card is perfect for Virgo Pisces, keeping the balance in the physical and the spiritual. these cards are so about balance, finding the balance. I always go back to that energy of Libra, that balance, figuring out our individual balance of light and dark and happy and sad and good and bad and all of these things that we have the duality of. Finding what that balance is for ourselves can be powerful. And then we end up in silence, bright future. This is the star card. So this is a reminder. This is what we're creating. We are creating in this energy right now. And Sun and Saturn only meet once a year, and it's meeting at this master degree. So it's potent, right? Consciousness, protection. This card felt powerful in here because this might be a really good time to practice that energetic hygiene, cleansing yourself, being in your own energy, whether it's putting a ball of energy around you or whatever your work is. But load up on that because there's a lot of shenanigans out there that you do not need to engage your energy in at this time. You will know if you're supposed to and if you're not meant to. So, protection. And then we have the movement card, which again, I meant to go take pictures of the crocuses. We have the crocuses sprouting. We're building to spring. There is movement happening. Mars has moved past 17 degrees. It's 18 degrees now. Like, it's moved a few miles. Congratulations, Mars. So movement is happening in and through all of this heaviness. But see if you can locate where you're in resistance and shift that, because that might help you if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant. Get a little bit more movement. So, gonna leave that here for today. I will be back tomorrow doing our eclipse scope. Besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. Alexa, turn the light off on me. Alexa, turn on main light. She doesn't want to, oh, there it goes. Hello, light! And just like that, there's light. So, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust your process. Namaste.